Asylum seekers in Quebec who crossed the border into Canada illegally are now receiving provincial welfare. A spokesperson for Quebec's employment minister says that approximately 4,000 asylum seekers will receive their first welfare payment in the month of September, with the minimum monthly payment being $623, with the amount increasing depending on the size of the family and the family status. Now, Quebec officials also say the asylum seekers will now be asked nicely to leave their temporary housing so that others can come and fill it back up. Let's remember, though, these people are fleeing the perfectly safe United States. They're fleeing the rule of law there, and they're crossing into Canada and then being handed checks from money extracted from Canadian taxpayers. These people are criminals by virtue of how they came to be in this country. They crossed illegally. Now, Quebec has been pretty quick to act to house and feed and support these asylum seekers, but let's talk about the forgotten Quebecers for a second. The last homelessness count that I could find of Montreal is from 2015, and it says there are 316 homeless people living on the streets of just Montreal alone. 76% of these homeless people in Montreal are men. 93% of the people who sleep outside each night are men. Almost half of all people experiencing homelessness in Montreal were actually born in Montreal. 10% of Montreal's homeless population is First Nations, even though they represent less than 1% of Montreal's total population, and veterans represent 6% of Montreal's homeless. Neither the federal government nor the local government have ever acted in any capacity to help these people as swiftly and as generously as they've acted to help these foreign nationals crossing into Canada illegally from another country. And the Montreal homeless, well, they're going to be competing with these illegal asylum seekers from a safe third country for shelter space and food bank capacity and other services meant to help Canada's struggling poor. As if Alberta didn't already need another reason to want to renegotiate the equalization program in this country. Montreal gets to declare itself a sanctuary city for illegal refugees and asylum seekers because they want to morally preen and look more progressive than President Donald Trump. But then cities and towns and provinces all across the country have to foot the bill to pay for it all. And handing out free stuff to people who break the law to come into this country certainly isn't going to dissuade anybody else from wanting to do it in the future. It's only going to get much, much worse. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunreid. Our critics in the media want us to shut up. The internet censors want to shut us down. But if you believe in freedom, go to standwiththerebel.com.